Get us going. Welcome. I'm Sue Landay. This is Show and Share, sponsored by Trainers Warehouse. And we're here today with Mark Suroviec, who is the founder of Workplace Solutions. He has been helping trainers and teams achieve results through by making it fun. He's been doing this for over 20 years, and he is the author of two books, one called Everything Disc and another Five Behaviors. He has broad experience and wonderful energy, and I met Mark recently through another colleague. We took on his quotes deck, and I'm thrilled to have you with us, Mark, and want to kind of have you take us through both introducing the quotes and letting us know what that tool is all about and how we can use it and experiencing it. So thanks.
All right, thanks, Sue. And just a clarification, I'm certified in everything disc and the five behaviors.
Oh,
My books are something else, but that's fine.
okay, perfect.
I just
Love
don't,
the clarification.
I don't want to take credit. I don't want to take credit for a book I didn't write. So
Oh, okay. Certified in okay, yeah.
yeah,
It's
you're
where
good.
the comma is.
Uh,
All right, I've been exposed.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh
Well,
no, of course. Take it away.
all right. So welcome everyone. On the count of three, just go ahead and make a noise whether your microphone is on or not. One, two, three.
Woo.
All
Hello.
right. All right, that just helps me. All right. So as Sue said, my name is Mark Suroviec, and we're going to be talking about quote builders today, which is a activity that I designed and created and is for sale at the Trainers Warehouse. So our goal, I'm very outcome and goal focused, so our four outcomes for this webinar, we're going to discover four different ways to use the cards. We're going to participate in a live demo. We're going to discuss a few different use cases of where this might make sense in your training and programming. And lastly, is it okay if we have fun doing this? If so, give me either a virtual or regular thumbs up. All right, good. Okay, a little bit about myself. As Sue said, I've been doing this stuff for about, we're coming up on almost 25 years at this point. My name is pronounced Suroviec, which gives people some challenges sometimes, and I will not be offended if you say it wrong. My official title is the Ambassador of Fun. My superpower is beard growing, as you can see. And my mortal weakness are donut holes, which you can't see because the at this point, but you
And
would
I have
notice.
to say, Mark, so you gave me this in your intro information, but I knew you had this slide coming and I didn't want to scoop you on your mortal weakness.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, the background on my cell phone is donut holes. So um, but I started my business about 4 years ago with this idea that life's too short for work to suck. So how do we create these experiences and create tools that just help make work cultures to be more positive and healthy and productive? And that's really what gets me out of bed in the morning. So deep breath. I've had
Awesome.
I've had a lot of coffee and I'm really excited. So if I talk way too fast, please slow me down. But we're going to talk about quote builders. So, quote builders is a set of collaborative puzzles made from 18 different inspirational quotes, guaranteed to make you think. And so we've got our box here. So it comes in a box like this, and in that box are four different types of cards. So we have these green cards here that look like this. There's eight of those. That's the easy deck. We have these purple ones here that are there's 10 of those. That's the medium deck. We have the we have the blue, which is there's 12 of those. That's the hardest deck. And then we have our answer key, and there's 18 of those. Okay, so if we flip that over to what it looks like on the back. Um, they can be a little confusing and overwhelming when you first see them. But once you understand how it's put out, it makes sense. So if I take a look at my card, it looks like that. It's a hexagonal shape, and in the center where it says, on this example, it says 1 out of 12. That just means this is the blue deck, and that's the hardest deck, and this is card 1 out of 12. So there's also 2 out of 12, 3 out of 12, and I just did that so that it's easy to know whether you're missing a card or not, because with all of the different words and things, it can be confusing if to know whether you're missing one. Okay, so then we have different quote numbers. So as we can see, for example, quote number 1 has this black font, um, uh, where it says future. Quote number 2 says Eleanor Roosevelt in that green, different font. I don't know the names of the fonts off the top of my head. So we'll
But
just say,
focusing font
yeah,
by font
yeah.
orients you to figure out how you put your quote together.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So know that each one of these cards has, when you take them as a set, creates 6 different quotes. So what that looks like, for example, this Golda Meir quote here, when I put these cards in the correct order, uh, one cannot and must not try to erase the past merely because it does not fit the present. Golda Meir. And you can see the solution there. So I put a ton of intentionality into making sure that the quotes came from interesting and diverse people, but also so that some of the quotes weren't as well known, because the idea for this activity came from a colleague of mine, Jim Kane. He had led an experience where he wrote down just a quote and cut it up on note cards. And after the activity, it was great. It was powerful. We asked the question, well, what happens if somebody already knows the quote? Then the activity is kind of almost ruined. So what I did was made it so that even if they know 1 or 2 of the quotes, you can still do the activity over and over again, without losing the power. Okay. So we'll take an example here. I kind of took one of the decks and just removed the extraneous information. So here's one of the clues, or one of the puzzles from the easy deck. You have the words person, am, a real, I, stereotype, anime Wong, and not a. So if we rearrange does anyone know this quote off the top of your head? Okay.
No.
Okay, so any guesses on what this quote says?
I'm a real person, not a stereotype.
Ooh, Randall, you got
Close.
it.
A stereotype.
I'm not a stereotype. I mean, it's flip flop,
Yeah.
but yeah. So we did that, and if Anime Wong was a Asian American actress in early in like the film era, and she was very concerned that folks just saw her for her ethnicity, not as a person, that she was kind of the token Asian of that era, and I thought that quote was so powerful. Okay, so that was kind of a whirlwind of information. Does the questions about the concept of how this works so far?
All good. Let's see it in action.
Okay.
Mark figured out a way that we could do this online. So we're gonna need some volunteers, right, Mark?
Yes.
All right.
I need 10 volunteers, please. So if you'll put your volunteer as a chat in the chat, and the first 10 people to say yes will be volunteers 1 through 10.
Okay, so Terry, you're gonna be volunteer number 1, and keep track of the numbers that I'm telling you, right, Mark?
Yes. Yes,
So
please.
John Reardon, you're number 2. Nora's number 3. Stacy Bannister's number 4. Randall's number 5. You guys are awesome. Lumba, I'm not sure I'm saying your name correctly. Forgive me. You're number 6. We need 4 more.
I think Anne was on there somewhere.
Oh, Anne, you're number 7. Oh, wait, that was Anne McElfresh is 7. And yep, Erin Jones, you're 8. 2 more. Do, 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 do.
I should have put some jams on in the
Christy, thank
background.
you. You're number 9. Just 1 more. We've got 30 folks with us today. Tamara, thank
Awesome.
you. Tamara, I'm not sure I'm saying your name correctly either.
Okay.
All right. Shall we have those folks unmute, or you'll let them know when to?
I'll let you unmute here in a second. All right.
Okay.
So I'm putting a link in the chat. And for those 10 people, if you'll click on that link, you'll go to a Canva whiteboard. So even if you're not a Canva power user, no worries. But that'll give you access to edit this whiteboard. And what I've done, so can y'all see the white? Can everyone else see the whiteboard on the sharing screen? Okay, perfect.
Mine says not found. The page you're looking for does not exist.
Oh, well, let's not do that. Let's try.
Anyone else getting that, or should we get a different volunteer?
Okay, try this link instead. Okay, I see. Okay, perfect. Looks like 11. Yeah, so it looks like there's 11 people on here. One of those might be my tablet. Okay, so what we're gonna do, you can see I put the cards in order: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first row, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the second row, using quote number 7, which is this italic black font. Move the cards until they're in the right order to solve the quote. So you can only move your assigned number just to make it easy. And if you're one of our volunteers, go ahead and put your microphone on because you can talk to each other, please.
We welcome you to encourage.
Yes.
It was bigger so I could see it better.
Yeah.
You can on your end, you can zoom in. Here, I'll zoom in on my end. But if you can also, if you're on that edit page, you can actually zoom in and out.
I see it. I see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
Okay, I got mine. It's at the beginning over here.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm assigned number 2.
How did you select yours?
Just click on it.
Mine's not letting me click.
Are you on the link that Mark gave rather than the Zoom call?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it and I'm sorry, did I miss a ground rule? Can we discuss what we think the whole quote is?
So solve it as a team of 10. No rules beyond that.
Okay.
Or I say one rule: don't Google it, please.
There you go.
I'm afraid I'm not much help here. Can someone sub out for me?
I'm lost.
No, that's okay. I mean, if you can access the whiteboard, then jump in. But if you can't access the whiteboard, that's hard. But I think the quote is humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's thinking of
Others more.
Well, given our options, thinking
Thank you for whoever moved mine. I finally got it now.
What just happened?
Yeah, I want to thank you for whoever moved mine too.
I want someone to move mine. I can't get things.
Yeah, feel free to adjust 9.
9.
And number 3, what was number
Yep.
3?
Is
I've
not,
got 9, so wait a second.
I think it's thinking less of yourself,
This is great.
thinking of.
Thinking less of yourself. Well, we feel like 9's going to be the last one, right? Clearly, because it's got the author's name.
Yeah.
And 3,
It's 3.
I got you 3.
Oh, there it is.
What's the word? I can't even read that.
Less.
It's really
less.
tiny.
Humility is
There we go.
Of
That's-
yourself less.
Thinking of yourself less, I think, at the end.
No.
Thinking less of yourself.
It's humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less.
yeah, I think so too.
Good.
I just read that.
All right. So
Humility is
as
not.
Yeah, I think that one just drops in at the end.
yeah, so as they're doing that, imagine, this is, we're using the actual cards,
Yeah.
and I've presented the challenge to the group. Whether or not they have 10 people doesn't matter to me. I can put the cards down on the table, and the first and easiest way to do it is literally just huddle around the table, shift the cards, and we kind of work on it together. And I found that works best in smaller groups. So I actually keep several decks in my for larger trainings, so that you don't have 20 people like gathered around one deck. It's a little small for that.
Right.
Do people ever grab the cards and just like move themselves into order physically as opposed to using a table?
Yeah, so that's kind of so activity number 2 is where I assign them a card and they can't show their card to someone else. So let's say I do have a group of 10 or similar. They can only read what's on their card and they have to physically arrange themselves. And that can be very challenging. But if you have a high level group, I did that with an MBA program, some MBA students recently, and it was fantastic. Like they were, like it was just the right level of challenge for them because they were brilliant and frustrating because some of the words intentionally are on the quotes are the same, but the punctuation is different, and if they don't communicate that, they end up in the wrong place.
And yes, let's remember that Mark put this together so that we could kind of emulate what might happen in person.
Yep.
But this is not intended at this time to be an online tool. It is more of a physical deck. So we wanted, though, folks to be able to experience it. So Mark, take us through a little bit about how you would then debrief what we just went through so we get a sense of that.
I saw Stacy with a raised hand. Can I answer?
Yes. Could you just take me, and maybe I missed this part, could you take me, how do you begin this process? Is it like, how do they know like what side of the, like what quote to start with? Is that like part of the challenge?
It can be. If I want to make it easy on them, I'll just say, start on number 1, or I guess start or number 13, which is the green ones.
Yeah.
Or I'll let them. How I use the cards all depends on what the outcomes I'm looking for. So if I want them to be thinking about decision making, I make it super vague. But usually pretty typical case is here's the deck, here's a time period, solve as many in the deck as you can in 10 minutes or so.
But are you letting them figure out that their fonts need to match? Or
no, I tell them that.
You
yeah,
tell
so
them
I make that clear so that the font and the color and the number will all match when they're put in the right order. So that is, I found that if they don't have that information, we have a much longer and more convoluted activity.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Well, let's see how whether folks were right or not. Here's our quote: "Humility is not thinking less of yourself; it's thinking of yourself less."
Bravo.
From my favorite children's author, C.S. Lewis. So, so that's kind of that's the idea. So one way to use it is literally just spread them out on the table. Another way is to assign a card for each person. And what I really like doing is taking this and coming back to it multiple times in the same event or at later times. Hey, we did the easy deck last week. Let's do the medium deck today. And they already have context for that. So, but Sue, you asked a question a few minutes ago.
Yeah. Is it just an energizer, or do you then take the experience and are you able to kind of debrief how you saw people solving the problem?
Yep, absolutely. Let me switch back to the deck. Okay, so we did our. So does everyone's screen say demo on it now?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Sure.
Okay, so what I love to do, and probably my favorite thing to do with this, is to treat it as a reflection tool. So typically after we've used it as that kind of collaboration and problem solving activity, I take all the answers and spread them out on a table and ask them a prompt and have them select one of the quotes and speak to that prompt. So for example, a very general prompt might be just, hey, pick one of the quotes that is meaningful to you, find a partner and share why that's meaningful. Where I do a lot of leadership training. So in a leadership context, it might look like, hey, select a card, one of these quotes that resonates with your leadership style or your leadership philosophy, share that with the group. And some of the conversations we've had with some of these sorry, my Ring doorbell is letting me know there's somebody at the front door. Some of the conversations we've had have been these really deep, thought-provoking conversations because of the nature of some of these quotes, where there's like, oh wow, I want to remember that, or oh, I don't do that in my leadership, or those kind of things. So what I would like to do, if we have a couple minutes, is based on the quotes, which this isn't the full deck on the screen, but it's a sampling. So if folks want to pick one, and then we'll give you a chance to speak to that. So what is one of the quotes that resonates with you, and you can speak to that on the call. So did that prompt or did that direction make sense?
Yep, just
Okay.
taking a moment, I think, to read and absorb and process.
Understood.
So let's just
perfect.
Is picking all of them an option?
If you want to pick all of them, I'll take that as a compliment for the design process. So
and while people are doing that, I would also say that it was interesting as our team online was solving it to just see the collaboration, the sharing of ideas, helping one another out. And just kind of, that spirit of working together. And also, I don't remember who it was, but whoever it was who sort of threw out an idea of, could it be this? Mm-hmm. And kind of the opportunity to take advantage of moments like that to say, okay, how do we, that was a helpful moment. And, how do we kind of play off these efforts in our day-to-day is how I might see debriefing it if I were doing that.
Okay. Who's got a quote they would like to speak to? All right, thanks, Anne.
Sure. Actually, there's two, but I'll pick one. It's hard. Hope and fear cannot occupy the same space. Invite one to stay. Maya Angelou. And I like the idea of there's a choice. There is absolutely a choice, but to be aware that you have a choice. Are you defaulting Or are you picking? Are you being in the moment and being real and genuine? So that one really stood out for me.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Really great. Oh, Stacy.
Sure. I like two as well, but I'll go with the grass is greener where you water it because I really think that that is um, professionally, personally, a great thing to embody. You know, everyone's always like, oh, the grass is always greener on the other side. No, well, it could be very green where you're standing right now. Just what have you cultivated and how have you nurtured it in order to get it to where you want it to be, instead of abandoning it and thinking that, oh, there's no life left here. I'm going to just move on to the next patch of grass.
Love that. Okay. So we've seen how to use the activity as kind of a team problem solving, team collaboration challenge. We've seen how to use it as a more challenging team problem solving and communication challenge. We've seen how to use it as a reflection tool. The final way I use these cards is a lot more playful. So if I want something that's a little more silly or playful, I just take all of the cards that aren't the answer key and I spread those out on a table and say, make your own quote. Don't worry about punctuation or attribution. It doesn't matter what color it is, what card, what set. Just spread them around, and for whatever reason, what I expected that to be would that they would come up with like deep, profound things. It tends to lend itself towards absurd or sometimes even dark humor, because we're just playing with these inspirational words, and they end up giggling. And I love when folks laugh in a workshop. So that was a surprise to me when I tried that the first time, and they just kept making these absurd quotes, but they had so much fun doing it. And it was kind of this making this creating something that didn't exist using the building blocks out of all of this wisdom.
Oh, that's awesome. It's reminding me of a tool that we once, I would say, tried to sell because we didn't sell it very well, but it was like creating headlines, in which you could do the same, like either a quote or a headline for something. And it's also reminding me of those refrigerator magnets that you move around and have so much fun with. What a fun idea.
Okay.
Thank you.
So if we can, I know we just have a minute or two left, but I'm curious use cases. I use this in a lot of general team building and things that involve an experiential learning component or leadership training. I use this when I do take folks through an everything disc experience. Where do you see a tool like this fitting in the kind of work that y'all do? All right, I see Christy's hand up.
I'm an adult education educator, and that's why I purchased the things that I do from Trainer's Warehouse because they lack leadership skills, they lack communication skills, and this is a perfect way to get them communicating safely for them. And my age range is 17 to 65 this year in my adult high school. So I've got generational differences as far as communication. My youth, unless it's a text or on a cell phone, they don't know how to communicate. My older adult students aren't from that generation, so their texting and communication skills are very different.
Interesting.
Anyone else?
Thank you, Christy.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, comma. Anyone else? I'm task focused. Sorry. Okay, John.
I mean, I love the idea of, I'm sorry, I didn't hear if you have different themes, but in a leadership conversation, there's so many quotes that would be fit into a leadership development context. Then in other contexts, there could be quotes focused on change or focused on any topic. There's so many options. And building those quotes, interacting around them, and then discussing the meaning is so much more visceral. I love visceral activities when especially when you're in person, but even virtual, this has a lot of potential. And so around a theme, we're doing a change session or we're focused on, a particular point of leadership like courage or something like that. It's just endless potential to have themes within the quotes. But yeah, for me, mainly leadership development cohort, training cohort.
And that's on my long-term plan. So I made this deck as a general resource. And if if folks like it, my plan is to make some thematic ones in the future. So
Great. Thank
yeah.
you. We have a resource called Trainers Exchange, and a lot of that has the different thumball prompts and that tool that we sell. But we also have 3 sets of quotations around learning, around leadership. I'm not remembering what the third one is, but if you're looking for quotes, I may have a resource for you. Awesome. Any other questions for Mark Suroviec?
Nailed it.
Is there any purpose, meaning for the shape, the hexagon? Is there any pattern that gets developed or any such thing as that, or that's just an interesting configuration?
I wanted to make the most possible quotes, so that the hexagon shape was do that. So
Anne has asked you a question about your inspiration for this activity.
It came from that experience with Jim Kane where I had done this with just a single quote and just written note cards, and I thought I would love that, but I want to make it where I can use it over and over again. I generally make tools that I think are interesting and then figure out if somebody wants to buy them later. So
yeah, we're going to talk to Mark about some of his other tools down the road as well, I'm sure. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Mark, thank you.
Yep. Thank you all for coming. And I put my a QR code to like my link tree. So if anyone wants to be, I love LinkedIn, so be LinkedIn buddies. And let's hang out. So thank you all. So I hope you enjoy it. Like this I put a lot of joy and effort into building this. So
it's awesome, Mark. Thank you. Thanks for being here with us. I did put the link to Quote Builders in the chat, so you'll find it there and on our website. And I want to just, John Reardon is here with us today. He's next up for our show and share in a couple of weeks and sharing his Power of Perceptions tool. Ooh. So we're excited about that also. But thanks, you all make this an awesome resource for all of us, for one another. I appreciate everyone being here today.
Thanks, Susan.
Thank you.